Hello everyone, it's Placky. This is my screen recording of the tour of my posts for the LMS experimentation course. I decided to use Moodle because I wanted to see what it was like to be able to post different things, and while I'm not currently using an LMS system right now for my classes. Last year I did use Google Classroom when my school and district was fully virtual, but we are not currently using a designated LMS system. So I decided to use Moodle to see how it performed. So my first post was for the announcements forum. So inside the announcements, my post is titled Still Life Item Due Monday. Now, I am a pre-K through 5th grade art teacher, and so this post I directed to my 5th grade students, and I made up a post about asking them to bring in an object from their house that represents them somehow for a still life that we would put together. So that item could be a basketball, a baseball, a tennis shoe, ballet shoes, anything that represents them, and a small object from their home. And if you don't know what a still life is, I did include a picture for my students who might also want some more guidance. A still life is a collection of items or objects arranged together in a certain way and often is drawn or painted, and it is a way for people to practice drawing realistically, showing depth and perspective. And we would do this with my 5th grade class. We would arrange our items together and then draw it. So that was the first post. Then we can go to the discussion board. The discussion board post I made was titled Artist Self-Portraits. And in this, I am asking students to consider, why do artists create self-portraits? Again, if you don't know, a self-portrait is when an artist makes a painting, drawing, or photograph of themselves. Not of someone else, but of themselves. And many artists, probably every single artist throughout time, has made a self-portrait in some way. And I included just a few examples here for students to see different styles of self-portraits, from Picasso, Frida Kahlo, to Van Gogh. And if you don't get the idea already, I am an artist and an art teacher and also a visual learner. So I thought images help not only me, but I'm sure also my students be able to better imagine and visualize what I'm asking them to do. Then for the chat section, I simply titled my chat, Have a Question? And I simply asked, or I suggested, if you have any questions about your assignments, homework, or grades, or just want to chat, feel free to reach out to me. And the last component of this was to add the resource. The URL I decided to include for this resource section was actually the content creation tool that I created last week for this course. I created a video using the Animoto website, which was very straightforward, and I would highly suggest anyone else looking for a way to make informational videos, I would highly suggest Animoto. It was very straightforward and simple, and I talked about that last week in my discussion post. So I decided to use that. Since I took the time to create it, I would include it in my LMS system. So that is my little tour for you. Using Moodle was actually very straightforward and easy to use once you kind of understood the basic how-to of how to post various things. It was very easy. Again, to do that, you just go click on that little wheel, turn editing on, and that basically, following along through the prompts, it's really simple, and you just simply save that when you're done. So I would highly suggest using Moodle as an LMS system.